Hello, my friends. We're back. We got the spooky playlist on because I'm in a spooky mood, and we're here. We're here with another work in progress Wednesday. It is Wednesday, is it? It is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. I know that for sure. I don't know why. I just be second guessing myself sometimes. But we're here with Work in Progress Wednesday. I'm hopeful. I was adjusting in the menu, like the text size. What was it in here? No. Here? No. General. I find it sometimes hard to read what the, like, title is, the music title down at the bottom. So I was trying to make that a little bigger for y'all, but I guess it helps a little bit. What have you? I don't know what I'm gonna work on today, if I'm gonna be honest. I worked on stuff a little bit yesterday. And I woke up today, I woke up late because I'm just like that sometimes. Trying not to be mean. I woke up late and I was like, oh, we'll just pick up where we left off last time. But like the problem is, what I'm doing right now with my world building is very, like, trying to fill in gaps as easily as possible, because my brain doesn't want me to work on anything. So I've tricked my brain into being like, hey, just whatever comes to your mind, write it down. And that's for the most part worked. But I don't know if it'll work in like a work in progress Wednesday type deal. I usually have to go into work in progress Wednesday with like a goal that I pin myself to. But I didn't today. So this might be a yap heavy work in progress Wednesday. Which is more than fine by me. I'm happy to yap. If something comes up, we can make note of it. I'm excited. Tomorrow's the Stardew Valley anniversary. I want to play Stardew Valley again so bad. I want to play Stardew Valley again, and I want to play Bolt of the Lamb again. I never bought Woolhaven, which is fine. Probably not on sale anymore, is it? They had like a release sale where it was cheaper. Ooh, I do get a discount for having the rest of the Cult of the Lamb stuff. But now it is back to regular price. Regular price $17, which is not bad. Pun intended. Because a lot of the previous, like, good updates that they dropped, the what is this, Massive Monster, were like mostly free. So I do not blame them. I'm not mad at them for releasing a paid DLC. I am just at this point questioning whether I can do a paid DLC. Maybe if I don't have it by the time, oh god, Slay the Spire 2 drops like soon, doesn't it? If I don't have it by the time Slay the Spire 2 drops, I'll probably just buy both of those at the same time. Slay the Spire 2 drops 3/5 Brother, that's next Thursday. Oh my god. I don't know if I'm ready. Like I'm more than ready, but I don't know if I'm ready, dude. I love Slay the Spire so much. You guys ready for me to be bad at another roguelike? Oh, and Bobo Bay drops in April. Did they just get a recent release date? Oh, I want to play Bobo Bay so bad. 2 months. It's a Chow Garden spiritual successor. Okay, I can't be looking at this right now. Oh, they might have dropped a release date as a part of Next Fest. I forgot Next Fest was the thing that's happening right now. I can't. Oh my gosh, I want to play all the games. I want to play all the games. But I want to get back into... I'll probably get back into Stardew Valley with the 1.7 update. And I want to get back into Bolts of the Lamb. And we have Slay the Spire. I actually don't know when. I don't know if we have a release date for Stardew Valley 1.7. I'm gonna start looking this stuff up on my phone so that my computer doesn't have a heart attack. Doesn't want to stir too much hype. I don't know if you can not stir too much hype. There is a chance, because he's Concerned Ape is still working on the Haunted Chocolatier, which is like his next big game. And I feel like this has happened before. There's a non-zero chance, not a high chance, a non-zero chance that I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and it's going to be like, yeah, Stardew Valley 1.7 update. It's out now. Download it for free. And we'll just be in it, dude. Not that, you know, I wouldn't wish that upon them unless they're ready for it. But I feel like that might have almost sort of happened with like 1.6, because everyone was waiting on it. Well, and it dropped to PC before it dropped to console, so it was only a surprise drop for PC people. It was crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with these little... Not even full farming simulators, but like almost life sim sort of game. Because like Stardew Valley has more than just the farm. You can hunt monsters. You can go mining. You can do like raise livestock and stuff, and not to mention all of the like relationships with other characters you could have, because that gets crazy quick. And then Cult of the Lamb, there's like the roguelike element where you go out and fight things, but then there's also like navigating the overworld element, and there's also the like taking care of your cult members element, because you can't... I think there's actually like, I don't want to call it a failsafe, but like a fail state where if you are without followers for too long, like, it's just game over for you. Switch tracks, I suppose. I'm just so fascinated. I wish I could make a rich and interesting world like that. Looks over at blank Word. Well, it's not a blank Word document. It's a mostly like half-filled Obsidian file. The spooky playlist is the vibe, I gotta say. I think we've been doing like lazy lo-fi the last couple of times on Work in Progress Wednesday, but I like the spooky vibe. I also like look at this little pumpkin man that I got over here. Look at that. That's adorable. I didn't even know I had him. I just wanted to swap out. I've been using the like carrier pigeon guy for a little while. I was like, oh, let's go with something different. Because I didn't want to waste time finding a completely different outfit to wear. And I saw we got a little pumpkin man. He's so cute. He's such a cutie. Meh. Oh my god. Computer, please. I'm so scatterbrained today. I don't know why. I got good enough sleep. Jesus Christ. Computer, please. It's really annoying. One of these days, I'll have a PC that doesn't freak out every time I open a fucking web browser. What do we need to do? I was going to do more world building. I can go through. I was going to try to consolidate a lot of my like archived files for this world and like essentially have them all in one place so I don't have to go chasing them. But I worry we're gonna have a similar problem with like opening a singular web browser. I think my computer wouldn't like me like opening and closing files while I'm streaming. I think that would become annoying. It's also making me want to write like a horror piece. I don't know what it would be for, but like the spooky vibe. I could do with a little spooky in my day. We could do like a flash fiction or something, but I don't. Brother, I don't know. What it would even be. But I feel like I need to write more prose, because I write a lot of like analytic, logistical, like world building entries and stuff, and I haven't done a lot of like actual prosy writing. I can't put, because of how file extension works, I can't put question marks in my, like, file title. So, this file is titled horror short question mark, like written out in words. Instead of horror short, it's a horror short question mark. Something spooky, huh? I do have a couple of spooky things going on in Raving Grouse, but you know, one thing that's been plaguing me. You're right a little bit about the handmaiden, I suppose. Let me see. Gonna need to move the microphone out of the way. Taking up a third of my screen. That's hot real estate, dude. But I simply don't know where else to put it, if I'm honest. A continent name. Mars. Couple of eyes. worse, reindeer. You know, like the mammal. Come on. I'll have another D. Orion, spelled incorrectly? I don't like that. Find near. You know, the guy from Death Note. There's a wild ending to Death Note. I feel like we don't really talk about it a whole lot. Where, spoilers, L dies, and then there's just like 2 or 3 other like crackshot detectives that had not been mentioned otherwise that are just like, yeah, we're here to take on the case. And it's like, hello. It's been a while since I've watched or read or even thought about Death Note. But it was like one of my first real like manga and anime experiences, so I'll never forget how fucking weird it was. Ooh, what about Orphan spelled wrong? Or deer. That's even like weirder. Run me some new grams. We can do better than that. And I'm only making this a pain in the ass because I do just need continent name. Not just for this story, but like in general. Ooh, an X. Or a W this time. Xylophone noise? The xylophone tunes? That's so fun. That's what I'm talking about, by the way. When I come on here on Work in Progress Wednesdays and I'm like, my brain's not really into it, I simply, some days, it's like seeing through the matrix where you can like find all of the patterns and the right direction to go. Like sometimes you wake up and you got a full heads-up display and you're like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going, I know what we're writing, let's fucking do it. And some days I wake up with no heads-up display. No, not only no heads-up display, I have no previous save files to load back into, and I simply have to stand here looking at like a blank screen and being like, yeah, I think that works with this. But I'm you know, don't quote me on that. It's so annoying. The mental illness of it all. And to make things worse, I might be getting a headache, which is real fun for me. What if I pivoted? No, I'm kidding. I don't think we're gonna pivot. I think I'm happy to just chill here. Because honestly, in this state, I don't know if I would be better at a video game. Let's just call it the continent. Still mostly standing or mostly still standing for a building? It's an old-fashioned building, still mostly standing. seen these sorts of buildings. Like I don't know when. Well, I know when. I know why. Probably. I read a lot in second person. Is that weird? But I don't really think about it a lot. But I do. I read a lot in second person. I've seen some people, and this is probably like, this is definitely a symptom of like a bigger problem. And I don't know anyone who does this personally. So this could also just be online, like internet rage bait. But I've heard that some people don't like reading books in first person because the person reading the book wouldn't do like the actions that the first person narrative character is taking, so they just like stop reading it. And I think that's a little insane. I think that's a little, I think some of the children were left behind, to be honest. And I can't imagine like going through, I don't even know, like a first person anything. Can you imagine playing a first person video game and like, I'm gonna say this, but I know it's happened, like playing a first person video game and then being mad that your character, the character that you're controlling, did something in a cutscene that you couldn't weigh in on, and then just deciding to not finish the game because of that? That's like crazy. like if you were to go through the original BioShock, very light spoilers for the original BioShock, and get to the point where you have to like save or harvest the little sisters, and be like, even with the save option, be like, no, my character wouldn't do this. You get to the point of like having to kill your first guy and be like, actually, I wouldn't murder anybody. Like, that's so crazy to me. Playing a first-person shooter and then being like interfacing with the combat once, killing a dude, and then being like, I can't finish this game because I, as an actual human person in the real world, would not kill a guy. Like, first of all, where's your fucking whimsy? And second of all, this isn't real life. You're just playing a guy. Like being mad that Mario crushed that Goomba in World 1-1. And then not ever playing a Mario game ever again. Like, that's wild. It's a wild take. And again, I don't know if it's like a real wild take, but it's wild enough. Couldn't be me, to be honest. I don't know if I'm super interested in doing this. I was also trying to put Bongo Cat on the screen. I don't know if you guys do. It's like a Steam game ? / just like an app where you get like a little. You guys remember? Everyone remembers Bongo Cat, right? You get like your own little Bongo Cat, and you can get customizations for him. And every time you type or click your mouse, he slaps his little paws down, and number go up. It's very much like a little number go up game. And I was trying to put him on the stream. I was gonna put him like right next to the Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions, like in the now playing box. But every time I try to capture the window, it doesn't capture the transparency properly, so it's just like a big black box with a little itty bitty kitty in it. And that would not work terribly well. Actually, we could transform that, right? Actually, yeah. Allow me a moment. Game capture. Bongo. Yeah. So here's the deal. Specific window. Bongo Cat. Here's the problem. When I just have it capture Bongo Cat, I'm gonna put it. It's just the ittiest bittiest little Bongo Cat in a sea of darkness. But I think if I could edit this properly, here's your tutorial for the day. If you have this problem, first of all, you can chroma key out the background potentially, but since the background's black, we have a completely separate problem. But since I'm planning on putting this black background over this black section of my overlay, we can right click the source, and then we can go to transform, edit transform, and you can crop it. We can go honestly, start going. gonna try to get this. Pretty close. As close to Bongo Cat as possible without like squishing him, like cutting him off. Also, like, yeah. And then one more than 900. Because this is on my big screen, we've got a lot of pixel cover. Ooh, too many pixels. Yeah, okay. That's good. That's a good start. And there he is! My little guy. So that's the, okay. Let me slice him a little bit more. Not left. Drop right along. One thing I really like about the way that OBS does this is you can just scroll. If you hover over like the left, right, top, or bottom, you can just scroll up or down and it will automatically adjust the pixel count up, down, left, or right. Oh. Then I can take the doors. Nope. Can I not just move it a tiny bit? I thought I could with like my... Oops. Mouse. Edit that too? Yes. Just scooch that down a little bit. Right. Much better. Look at him! Mission accomplished. And now whenever I like write something, like this is a sentence I am writing. Yeah. He's just a little guy. And I have many, you're not gonna be able to see like the interface for all of my many outfits, but we're currently in Valentine's Day adorableness right now. I love that. I'm so glad that works, actually. Now I could, in theory, just have Bongo Cat on, like, whenever I'm playing, like, a computer game. Because it works with, like, mouse click, too. It does mouse click, and then it also does keyboard. We could just make Bongo Cat a part of the stream. I don't know if the developer wants that, but I could. This is, by the way, Bongo Cat Steam app made by Marcel Zorowka? I can pronounce things. Julius Kruger, and published by Irox Games. It's free to play on Steam. It has some like microtransactions that you don't necessarily need to do. They're just for more like outfits and stuff. here's going to be the problem. If I move Bongo Cat, he's gonna go away. I'll have to find a better spot for him. He can hang out there for now. But I think that might be a cute addition to the stream, is to just, like, see how crazy. Some people, because I know some people have, like, specific, like, layouts where you can see, like, what keys are being pressed, and, like, where their, pen is if they're, like, doing an art stream. And I think it would be funny, like, you don't get to know what keys I am pressing. You just get to know, like, when I'm playing, like, a crazy intense game, and it's just, that's how you know. That's how you know. Other than, probably being able to hear my keyboard through my microphone. Yippee! Oh, I'm actually so excited that worked. I'll have to work on that. I'll have to, I really want to work on improving the stream. But I haven't had a whole lot of motivation to do so. Similarly to, like, what we're experiencing right now. I'm trying to do, like, new AngieTuber, a new overlay, and new icons, and new, like, even, like, new events, like when you drop a follow or a sub on the channel or something, like the stuff that happens on the little TV. It's been a little difficult for me to find motivation to do that sort of stuff, but it's still in progress. I'm still trying, you know what I mean? I wonder if Bongo Cat would work with my graphics then. That technically counts as a mouse click, right? My pen. I actually have no idea where that shit went. Is it, like, behind here? It is. It's a dark room. And my pen is black, and my drawing glove that was sitting on top of it is black. Oh, it doesn't work with the drawing tablet. I'm tapping shit, and it doesn't work, which is fine. It would probably work with, like, the undo, redo buttons on the side, but it doesn't work with each, like, brush stroke, you know what I mean? You know. Too much crap on this desk. All the time, dude. Have you heard this one already? How long is the Halloween playlist? Really long. Well, really long in theory. But it has already been like an hour of stream, so I don't know. Who's to say? Maybe I should make a list of things that I want to do for the stream. But that also seems overwhelming. I know what I need to do for the stream. Try editing that bonus video while we're here. But I don't think we want I don't think we want the noise of Reanimal to interfere with the lo-fi vibes. That's my primary concern. Maybe I will pivot. Who's gonna stop me? We'll keep Bongo Cat. But I don't know, what would we even do? If I monitor capture, actually, I want to check something. I want to see potentially if I do. I actually don't have a monitor. No. That's. Let's see how big my freaking monitor is. Display capture. We put display capture way the hell down and do this one primary. Oh, you can see the little Bongo Cat. I was curious, we won't worry about the whole thing, but I was curious if I did the display capture, if it would show Bongo Cat, and it does. Right here. Doing his little thing. Well, the display capture is not going to be of much help to us, because as I've stated before, the primary monitor is my 4K monitor, so this like Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions screen is like the top left corner, and the Bongo Cat is really tiny in the center. He's just hanging out. I'm gonna do a stretch break. Oh my gosh. What would we even pivot to? Talking about Slay the Spire does make me want to play Slay the Spire. Which is tempting. Of course, we also talked about Cult of the Lamb and everything else. I don't know if I can get into Cult of the Lamb right now. And I also don't know if I would want to stream Cult of the Lamb, because I feel like when people stream Cult of the Lamb, there's a lot of expectation of like the streamer interface. You know how like you can let chat decide, like you can name cult members after chat and you can let them make their own guy and so on and so forth, and have them make decisions. I think that's fun. I don't know if I would want to do that for like a tremendously long play. But I also like, how much am I gonna have to worry about that realistically? At this point in time, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I don't know, I feel like if we pivot, it's like I'm giving up. And I feel like I shouldn't give up on the WIP Wednesday. But also, it's my stream, and I can do what I want with it. weird running a stream. I never thought it would be this much like talking into the void. It always seems like everywhere else there's like at least a couple of people milling about in the chat. But when you're like new, sometimes there's nobody. And it's a weird feeling. Because usually, like, a normal streamer would be like, hey, chat, what do you want me to play? What are we doing today? But what if chat doesn't answer? We should definitely pivot before I start getting existential. Let me tell you, my friends, we don't want to go down that hole. Down that rabbit hole. We can continue the haste run we had the other. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? Let me swap the game capture. Like I said, I'll keep we'll keep Bongo Cat up. But we'll do a little pivot. And in fact, I might like restart the stream. Just so, like, I don't know, if anybody's interested in not Work in Progress Wednesday, they might want to join. We keep Bongo Cat. We run haste. Curious to see if Bongo Cat works with the controller. Does not look like it. So if we're playing haste, then we don't need Bongo Cat either. Goodbye, Bongo Cat. We'll bring you back later. It's exciting to know that I can do that, you know what I mean? Cap that window. Bring chat back over here. Maybe? And in fact, I suppose we'll be right back.